Hello friends, welcome back, and if you are new to our channel, thank you for stopping by. Today I have an interesting crochet pattern to share with you, and the hook that I'm using is number 10 because my yarn is a bit thicker. And today we are going to make this spike crochet granny pattern, and for this we have to take chains in the multiple of 4 plus 1. And so I'm making my chains. You must remember to take the chains in the multiple of 4 plus 1. So let's get our chain ready first. For this pattern you can use dual colored yarn, you can use a single yarn, and so here I have worked 44 stitches. Now we need to add 1, so I need to make 45 chains. So my 45 chains are ready. After making 45 chains I am going to add a few more chains, about 3-4 chains, so that I can be on the safe side. If there are any lesser number of chains, I don't have to redo it again. Now my 45 chain plus a few extra chains, say about 4-5 chains, are ready. Now into the 5th chain from the hook we are going to make 3 number of double crochet. That's the first one, this is the second, and this is the third one. So this is the very first row, the foundation row. After that I chain 1. Now let us skip 3 chain spaces, and into the 4th one we are again going to make 3 double crochet. That's the first, this is the second, and the third. Now let's repeat again a chain of 1. Let's skip 3 chain spaces, and into the 4th one we are going to make 3 double crochet. Now this is a beautiful spike granny pattern which can be used for making blankets, throws, cushion covers, mufflers, anything. And it is such an easy pattern and it comes out really beautiful. Now you can use the same colored yarn, you can use 2 colored yarn, you can use multiple colored yarn for this pattern. So this is our foundation row. Let's chain 1, skip 3 chain spaces, and into the 4th we are going to make 3 double crochet. This is how we are to work. So let's continue. Now for this particular pattern we have to take chains in the multiple of 4 plus 1. So I have taken 4 11s are 44 plus 1 45. You can stop there, but I have added a few extra chains, and the extra chains I am going to remove it later on. I just chained 1. I have skipped 3 chain spaces. I'll be working my 3 double crochet. 1, this is the second, followed by the third one. So that's my third double crochet. So this is how it is to be worked. Let us chain 1, skip 3 chain spaces, and into the 4th one we are going to make our double crochet. That's the first one, and in the last space these are the extra chains, and in the last point where we are working our double crochet, there we are just going to work 2 double crochet, not 3. Now those I'm going to leave it there to be removed later on. Just chained 2 and I'm going to turn my work, and now into the first chain 1 gap I am going to work my first double crochet. Now please watch carefully. Now the spike is going to be formed. This is the back side of the work, that is why the chain is not visible properly. But into the second chain space, I am going to work 1 double crochet. That's going to be the long one. After that, into the chain 1 space, we need to work our regular double crochet. So this is how it is worked. Now let us chain 1. Now please watch carefully. That's the chain 1 gap. There I am going to work my first double crochet. Here it is. Now it is going to be a double crochet, but we have to come right down there, and into the second space, chain space, we are going to work our double crochet. If you remember, we have 3 chain spaces down there. After that, back into the chain 1 space in the upper row, I just worked 1 double crochet. That means 1 double crochet in the top row, the second one is going to come down, and the third again in the top row. I just chained 1. Let's repeat. My first double crochet. Now the other double crochet is going to come down 1 2 3. That's the 3 chain spaces. So into the second one, into the middle one, we are going to come down and work a double crochet, which has to be a loose one, and then complete it. Now back to the chain 1 space. In the upper row, we work our double crochet. This is how the spike is worked, and the effect it is going to give is beautiful. Now chain 1, into the chain 1 space, we work 1 double crochet. Again we are going to work double crochet, but it has to come down 1 step down, so it has to be a long double crochet. After that, the regular double crochet. Now let us chain 1. Into the chain 1 gap, I just worked my double crochet. Now let us work the spike. We are going to come 1 step down, and into the middle chain we are going to work 1 double crochet, which has to be a loose one. After that, back to our regular chain 1 space, we are going to work 1 double crochet. So this is how the spike stitch is worked. Let us continue. I just chained 1, and then into the chain 1 gap I just worked my double crochet. Now let's work our spike by coming 1 step below, and into the middle chain we are going to work a loose double crochet. Now into the chain 1 space, again I worked 1 double crochet. Chain 1, let's repeat the regular double crochet. Now we are going to work the spike, for which we are going to come 1 step below and work a loose double crochet. And now back into the chain 1 space, we work our regular double crochet. Chain 1, and then again 1 double crochet. After that, we are going to work a spike into the middle chain 1 step below. This has to be a loose one. It has to be longer than the regular double crochet. After that, 1 double crochet. So we are going to continue working in the similar fashion. That's my batch of 3 double crochet along with the spike. That's my first double crochet. I have come towards the end of the second row, and here I'm showing you how it is to be done. That's the spike. And now into the chain 1 space, let's work 1 double crochet. Now chain 1. Now see, we have come into the space where we have 1 double crochet and the group of 3 double crochet. There we are going to work 2 double crochet. First double crochet is a complete one, the second is an incomplete one, because I am going to change my yarn color. This is how the yarn color is changed. I'm introducing my white yarn, and we just have to pull through the 2 stitches. So my white yarn becomes my working yarn. After that, let us chain 2 and turn our work. Now to be on the safer side, let's tie a knot with the 2 yarns so that it doesn't open, and then we can snip off our pink yarn. And now we are going to continue with the white yarn. We have already chained 2 and turned our work. Now we are going to jump straight into the chain 1 space and work 1 double crochet. That's done. Now we are going to work the spike. Now it is going to be easier to work the spike as the chains will be clearly visible. Now into the middle chain, see we have 3 chains. Into the middle chain we are going to work our spike, which has to be a long double crochet. After that, into the chain 1 space we need to work our regular double crochet. So our very first pattern is done. Let's continue. I just chained 1 and into the chain 1 space 1 double crochet is already worked. Now we are going to work the spike into the middle chain space. So we have to come 1 step below and work our spike, which is a regular double crochet but longer in size. Then I did my regular double crochet, chain 1 into the next chain 1 gap. Let's work 1 double crochet into the middle chain space. We are working our spike. After that, into the chain 1 space, the upper row, I just worked 1 double crochet, chain 1, and similarly we are going to continue. I just worked a double crochet. Now I'm working the spike, which has to be worked 1 step below. Now let's work our double crochet into the chain 1 gap. So this is how the pattern is to be worked, and I'll be using 2 different colored yarns. You may use multiple colored, and the effect is going to be just wonderful. I did my double crochet. After that, here I'm working my spike, and then into the chain 1 gap I'm working my double crochet. That's done. I chained 1, and here I am continuing with my pattern. I just worked 1 double crochet. I'm working my spike, and then into the chain 1 space I just worked 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet into the chain 1 gap. The spike has to come 1 step below into the middle chain, and again back to the chain 1 gap. In the upper row I just worked 1 double crochet. So this is how we are going to continue, and here I am almost at the end of this row. I'm going to show you. That's my first double crochet. Now the spike is being worked into the middle chain space, and then again 1 double crochet into the chain 1 space. Now let us chain 1, and into that gap we are going to work 2 double crochet, not 3. So my 2 double crochet is done. I'm going to chain 1 and then turn my work. And here we are going to make 1 double crochet, and into the middle chain I am going to work my spike. After that, into the chain 1 space I'm going to work 1 double crochet. So this is how it is to be done. I chain 1, and then again into the chain 1 space I just worked 1 double crochet. Now working my spike, and then again 1 double crochet into the chain 1 space. This particular pattern I am changing colors after every 2 rows. If you wish to, you may change after every 1 row, or you may work 3-4 rows and then change. You can use the same colored yarns, you can use different colored yarns. It is your choice entirely. Now here I am working a chain of 1, and I am jumping into the chain 1 gap to work my 1 double crochet. Now I'm working the spike, and again 1 double crochet into the chain 1 space. Let's chain 1. It's a very easy pattern, and work 1 double crochet, and then into the middle chain space I am working my spike, which has to be a longer double crochet. It has to be a loose one. Now chain 1, and again into the chain 1 space I worked 1 double crochet. Into the middle chain space I am working my spike, and then into the chain 1 space I just worked 1 double crochet. So this is how it is to be worked, and I'm going to work till there, and I'm going to show you what is to be done next. So I have reached the point, that's the last batch where my spike is going to be worked. That's my spike. It's a simple double crochet, just that it has to be a loose one, and then I'm working one double crochet. Now chain one, and into this gap, that's the gap between the chain of 2 and the pattern, I just worked one double crochet. Now I'm going to work my second double crochet, which is going to be an incomplete one. There we are going to stop, because I am going to change my yarn color to pink again. So this is how we change colors. It's the same for all the crochet patterns. And I have done a slip knot, and I am going to pull my new yarn through the 2 stitches. So after that I chained 2, and my pink yarn becomes the working yarn. Now again, to be on the safe side, we are going to tie a knot there, so that our pattern doesn't open up in future from that point. And chain of 2 is already done, so we can turn our work. Now into the chain 1 gap, we are going to work our pattern, that is one double crochet, and then the spike into the middle chain space, that's a long double crochet, and into the chain 1 gap we are going to work one double crochet again. So that's done. Now chain 1, and into the chain 1 gap, let's work one double crochet. Into the middle chain space, we are going to work our spike. That's done. And into the chain 1 space, let's work one double crochet again. So I have started working with my pink yarn. Now chain 1, and again into the chain 1 gap, let's work one double crochet. Into the middle chain space, in the row below it, I worked my spike, and now working one double crochet. Let's chain 1, and into the chain 1 gap, I'm going to work one double crochet. Into the middle chain, I am going to work my spike, and then into one chain space we are going to work one double crochet. So this is how it is to be worked. We are going to continue with the pattern. Now I'm going to show you how the extra chains in the end are to be removed. This is if you add a few extra chains. If you don't add, you don't have to remove it at the end. But the plus point about adding these chains is that if by chance we have worked 1 or 2 chains less while making the chain, then we don't have to open it and redo it again, because we have a few extra chains which can be used in the process. And yes, if it is not used, then later on we can just remove it in this manner. Now let us chain 1, and into the chain 1 gap I am going to work one double crochet. Now let's work the spike into the middle chain space. It has to be a loose double crochet, and into the chain 1 gap again one double crochet. That's done. Now into the final space there in the edge, we worked 2 double crochet. Now let us chain 2, 1 and 2, and turn our work. And now let's continue with the pink yarn again, because I'm working 2 rows with the same color. I just worked my double crochet, now working my spike. Now let's work one double crochet into the chain 1 space. Chain 1, and into the chain 1 gap let's work one double crochet. Into the middle chain in the row below it, we are going to work our spike. That's done. And now again into the topmost row, into the chain 1 space, I just worked one double crochet. So this is how the pattern is to be worked. This is how it is to proceed. And I have used one colored yarn for 2 rows. This is the right side, and I'm going to show you what is to be done with those yarn at the edges. Let's work 1 double crochet into the chain 1 gap. Now let's work the spike. That's it. Now into the chain 1 gap I'm going to work 1 double crochet. So that's done. Now chain 1, and into the last gap in the edge we need to work 2 double crochet. That's the first, and this is the second one, which is going to be an incomplete one because we are going to change our yarn color. If you don't wish to change the yarn color, you can continue, but right now I'm going to keep it this way because I'm going to show you how these yarn ends are to be hidden. So here our tapestry needle is going to come into use again. It's very simple. We are just going to hide the loose ends in the back side of our work with the tapestry needle. So finally my loose ends are hidden, and this is how it looks. It's an easy crochet pattern, and the effect it gives is just wonderful. So I hope you all will use this beautiful spike granny pattern for your upcoming projects. See how nice it looks. So thank you my dear friends for staying till the end. If you all have liked the video, do give a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family members. If you are new to our channel, do consider subscribing and stay tuned for interesting videos. So till we meet again, it's bye for today.